at you with another video review, and this time, finally, at long last, we'll be taking a look at the AEW Unrivaled Series 5 Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy Jurassic Express. That's right, finally. Like, if you saw my review of Hangman Page from Series 5, I've had Jungle Boy all that time, but I could never find Luchasaurus. Like, I just could not find him. But I kept at it. You know, my target kept restocking Series 5. I was like, oh, keep looking, and finally found Luchasaurus. So I kept my promise. As soon as I got my hands on both figures, here we go. Time for the review. Very excited to open these two. These are pretty much my favorite tag team in AEW. Like, they really grew on me real fast when they debuted. Love these guys. So I'm very excited to have figures of them. But anyways, I'm a little concerned about the Luchasaurus, but we'll find out why once we open them up. But before we do so, take a look at the freaking awesome packaging first. As you see, of course, got their names down there. Got the pictures, of course. Luchasaurus is number 41. Jungle Boy is number 42. Of course, got the pictures down there on the side. On the other side, we got their letters. Luchasaurus is an O, and Jungle Boy is an I. On the back, we've got pictures of them from the moments they're based on. Luchasaurus is from Double or Nothing, 2019 at Las Vegas, Nevada. And Jungle Boy is from an episode of Dynamite, October 16th, 2019, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So it's a little weird that they don't match, because usually when they put a tag team, like in the series, they're wearing the same outfit, you know, from the match, which is weird. I mean, SCU, like, they match. Young Bucks, they have the same outfits. Lucha Bros, they have the same outfits. Santana Ortiz, like, they're from the same show. So I don't get why they couldn't do that with Jurassic Express here. But whatever. Of course, down below, other figures instead, we got, of course, Jon Moxley, we got SCU, Hangman Page, and, of course, Jurassic Express. Moxley, I changed my mind. I do want that Moxley, so as soon as I can get my hands on him, I'll definitely get it. SCU, they're very solid figures, but I'm not an SCU fan, so it passed for me. Hangman Page, I reviewed maybe about a month, maybe a couple months ago, so if you have not seen that, check that out. It's in my AEW playlist. And, of course, Jurassic Express we're reviewing today. Anyways, that pretty much does it for the packaging, so let's open up Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and see what we got. We'll be right back. Okay, so here we have Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus out of the packaging. Now, these figures are pretty freaking awesome. Jazzwares pretty much nailed it. Like anything, like, they have their pros and cons, they have their problems, but I still think they're very solid figures. All right, let's get into it. All right, first up with Jungle Boy. He comes with 2 pairs of hands. He has, like, the kind of like open claw hands, I guess. Or, like, more, you know, pretty much more relaxed hands. And then just a pair of standard gripping hands. Now onto him himself. Man, this head scan is perfect. I mean, this looks just like Jungle Boy. Excellent likeness. Like, I don't understand why some people were complaining about this head sculpt, saying, oh, it looks nothing like it. Like, it's a piece of crap head sculpt. Like, it's probably the worst head sculpt they ever made. You need your eyes checked, dude. Like, this looks just like Jungle Boy. Looks just like him. The hair looks good. Like, just excellent face. Good torso choice. Very nice and skinny. Because he's a very small dude. He's got his armbands. He's got the standard brown trunks and the knee pads, which I love these knee pads. They're very cool. And the boots with the tassels all molded. With the tiger print. Very nice. Yeah, so very basic, but very effective. It works with the character. Very toyetic. And it feels great in the hand. Like it poses very well. Now, a couple complaints off the bat. He is very tricky to stand up. He's very tricky to stand up. Like, even if you do get him to stand up, he falls over very easily. But I got him to stand up now. And also, when you're moving his chest joint, it gets stuck right here on his abs. So be careful. Like, if you move it back, like for a certain pose, and then you try to move it forward, see, it gets stuck right there. So be very careful. So there we go. Now onto pretty much another one that everybody's excited about, Luchasaurus. And he looks, man, this is definitely the definition of toyetic for a wrestling figure. I mean, this figure is awesome. Like, the straight-eyed Jurassic Park. Like, even though my brother hates wrestling, I know even he's gonna really want to steal this figure from me because it looks just like out of Jurassic Park. And he has a great head sculpt. He's got this tongue sticking out, excellent detail on the scales and the horns on the mask. It's got the little braid there. Got a good sculpt on the hair. It's even got the straps from the mask. Very nice. Tattoos look amazing. I mean, look at that detail on the tattoos. I mean, this is sick. Look at that. This is definitely one of the biggest examples of when I say action figures are like pieces of art, like works of art. You would see almost like a sculpture. And this is a perfect example of that, with the face, the tattoos, his outfit. Once again, he's got the armbands there. So yeah, he's got the loincloth, which is rubber. It's a very soft rubber. He's got the blue pants with the scales, so the gold arrow on the side here. And the gold knee pads with the tassels on the back there. A good thing, a minor correct, because if you know Brian Myers from the Major Wrestling Figure podcast, one of his knee pads was switched upside down on this figure. Like this one was pointing upwards when it's supposed to be pointing down. And then the tassels continue down to his gold boots with his, shin guards with his feet showing. Very nice. Now, unfortunately, he has the same problem that the Series 5 Hangman Page has. And that is, not only is he hard to stand, but his hips are very loose. I mean, they're not that bad, but it does make him tough to stand up a little bit. So I'm definitely worried about that. Oh, and he also comes with the same thing that Jungle Boy has, like the more relaxed claw hands and a pair of gripping hands with the green fingers. Very excellent figures. For a couple comparisons, just to show you how big they are and how small they are, I'll bring in a couple. Like for Jungle Boy, here he is with Darby Allin. As you see, very similar in their size. And then for Luchasaurus, here he is next to the natural Dustin Rhodes. Just to get an idea, like Dustin is a very tall figure, so there's a little comparison there. Dustin is just a tad bit taller than Luchasaurus. So that's just an idea. As you see, Jungle Boy and Darby Allin, they're very close in size. So just to get an idea, Luchasaurus is a very tall figure, and Jungle Boy is actually a pretty small figure, which is accurate. Articulation is, for the most part, is pretty much what you expect, but the articulation is a little limited on these two figures. I'll do it with Jungle Boy. Head can rotate, side to side, whatever. It can go down slightly, but it can't go up because of his long hair. Arms, 360, in and out, bicep, double jointed elbow, wrist, and then hinge, next ratcheting joint. Of course, that's the upper torso joint that I talked about. Swivel waist, legs forward that far, and back to the original position, in and out, thigh, double jointed knee, swivel at the boot a little bit, hinge at the ankle, and then the slight ankle pivot. So the articulation is good on Jungle Boy. Like I say, it's a little tricky to stand up. Like I said, once you get in position just right, he should stand up fine. There we go. And for Luchasaurus, he's kind of like Dustin. Because of how big he is, his joints are a little stiff. He's hard to pose. However, I will mention that because of the tassels on the back of the knee pads, you can't really bend his knee, like it gets in the way. And also, no rotation in the boot here, which is not a big deal for me, but I know it's kind of a pain, kind of a disappointment for a lot of people. But I don't mind it. And also the head, it can't look up and down because of the long hair and the beard. So his head is pretty much a sitting duck. I mean, you can rotate side to side, but you can't go up and down a little bit. So torso moves fine, arms move fine. Except legs are fine, it's just that you can't really bend the knees because of the tassels. Yeah, it's a shame because of the loose leg joints, he's a little tricky to stand. Like I said, aside from the complaints I mentioned, very solid figures. Like, these are fantastic figures. Final thoughts. Despite the problems I mentioned with Luchasaurus' legs being a little bit loose and the limited posability, and of course, Jungle Boy being hard to stand up, and of course his torso gets stuck on his stomach. Excuse me, like I said, aside from the problems, excellent figure. Like, I love these two figures. Jazzwares pretty much nailed it. So I love the outfits. I think they pose pretty decently. And I love how you can recreate this pose from their entrance. I cannot wait to display that So you might have Luchasaurus lean forward a little bit, so that way it shifts the weight so it doesn't get too top heavy. But highly recommended figures. If you're a Jurassic Express fan, highly recommended these figures. Luchasaurus is a little hard to find, so he might be a little expensive. Jungle Boy, he's kind of a show former. You can get him on Shop AEW, no problem. And he's kind of a show former in the stores. Like, I've seen him many, many times. So I say good luck and happy hunting. Definitely snatch these figures up while you can. Like I said, just be worried about the loose leg joints on Luchasaurus. And both figures are a little hard to stand up. So like I said, be worried about that. Like I said, aside from the problems, phenomenal figures. Highly recommended, must have for your AEW collection. Anyways, that pretty much does it. So thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Be sure to check out my previous AEW figure review, which was the Unrivaled Series 7 Nyla Rose. Check that out if you haven't seen it. It's in my AEW playlist. Check out my other AEW reviews in my AEW figure playlist. And you might want to subscribe because I have quite a few reviews coming up soon. I have 2 more AEW reviews coming up. I have the Unrivaled Series 6 Lucha Bros. And also very excited for this, the Ringside Collectibles exclusive Jurassic Express 2-pack. So we'll see both sets side by side. I'll do a comparison for that. So very excited for that. And also I have the WWE Elite Series 90 Bronson Reed coming in soon. So like I said, you might want to subscribe and stay tuned for those reviews so you don't miss them. Anyways, that does it. So thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, remember, you can't touch my dream and you can't touch my soul. I'm out. Take care. Can't touch my dream, can't touch my soul.